Polish atheists launch new campaign to stop homophobia. So I thought this was really cool because I really like to highlight when atheists are getting involved politically and doing really good work. So here's a really cool example. An associate of Humanists International, it's a Polish word that I literally couldn't say if I tried. Kazimierz Łyszczyński. Oh, I'm too intimidated. Okay, so basically, a Polish humanist association has recently started a billboard campaign to speak out against religiously motivated hate towards the LGBT community in Poland. The campaign, which began during Equality Month, took place in 22 Polish cities and is also supported by the Norwegian Humanists Association and by Humanists International. 70% of LGBT youth in Poland contemplate suicide. 40% contemplate leaving Poland altogether. In Poland, representatives of religious and political groups are known to spread extreme homophobia. For example, the Archbishop of Krakow, Marek Jedraszewski, stated that the LGBT community is a rainbow plague. And yes, obviously that is not our beliefs, but that is just
Poland
one example.
really needs this. Isn't Poland the country where the woman got the fine for having the Mother Mary?
The LGBT Mary.
LGBT Mary. Like, this is a European country, part of the goddamn EU, and somebody got a fine for having an LGBT version of Mother Mary with just like a rainbow halo around her head. Like, that's insane. Right?
Well, they were threatened with. They were facing prison.
They were. Wow. Okay.
3 people.
Wow, guys, this is Europe. This is Europe, and part of the EU. Like, what the hell, right? So Poland is this. Poland is like really far behind other European countries, right? I mean, so is Hungary, and some other countries.
Well, I was actually just about to say that Poland and Hungary seem to be competing for the most like religiously repressive states in Europe. They're both very homophobic. Poland is famous for having certain areas or districts declared as LGBT-free zones. And it can be actually quite like very dangerous to be LGBT in Poland. So go ahead.
No, I just want to really highlight that this was an atheist group that did this, okay? So, like, this is also really helpful for atheists, right? So this is not just an LGBT thing. This is an atheist group stepping up and making sure that, like, atheism is also being normalized, because this positive action is coming from a specific atheist group, which also helps people who are on the side of LGBT rights associate something positive with atheist group doing something that matters, right? And this is exactly what I'm really proud of, this atheist group. And I also know the people in there because I was invited in Poland to speak there. I got my atheist award. Oh my God, where is it? It broke, but I have pictures of it. But I got my atheist of the year award look at this. Like, I know these people. What's the name of the organization? People should know the name of this organization, because don't just say like, oh, great job, Polish like activist group, because if something like when work like his is done, like, oh, I miss Nina. Like, she when I went to Poland, she was amazing. Anyways, but remember these names and remember the name of the group that did this. It doesn't help that it's what's the name that we need to remember?
Well, okay, if you scroll down to where you saw that picture of Nina, and so the organization, it's like right by her. It's the Kazimierz.
Okay, never mind. This is impossible. This is impossible to remember. So I take everything back. Just remember Nina Sankari, okay? Because this name is. If you're Polish, remember this name and support. If you're Polish and you're watching this, you need to support organizations like this, because you know your country needs this, okay? You know your country needs this more than most other European countries. You need these organizations to get a lot of support. So whatever this name is, whatever...
It's named after the first Polish atheist.
Oh, okay. Wow, that's
So
nice.
it's a foundation. It's named after this guy. So that's like the person's name.
Mhm.
But I really don't know how to say
You
that.
know how
But I wanted.
every time Freedom from Religion Foundation is on the news, we tell Americans you should be grateful for the Freedom from Religion Foundation, and you need to support it because they're really fighting for your rights and blah 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 and all of that. So if you're Polish, same goes to you. These are organizations that in your country that are doing the great work. You need to go find them. You need to go become a member. You need to go join their events, and you need to support them. Go find them. Go find Nina and support them. Participate in their events. Do whatever they're telling you. Subscribe to their, I don't know, newsletter or whatever, and just make sure you're up to date with what they're doing, because these kind of stuff, this kind of action needs to be rewarded, right? Anyways.
Yeah, I
So,
thought there was a statement from the Trond Enger, the Secretary General of the Norwegian Humanist Association, which contributed to the campaign. And he talks
yes.
about how the globalist humanist movement has an obligation to react whenever politicians and state leaders utilize religion to undermine humanist values. And I thought that was really awesome because he's talking about the importance of supporting the work of his European neighbors, and that, you know, he feels compelled to do so as a humanist who, you know, values human life and well-being around the planet. And I thought that was really cool to highlight, that we shouldn't just be focused on what's happening, you know, just in our areas. We can support the work of atheists and humanists around the world, which is a lot of what we do, as a matter of fact. But yeah, good
If you can
job,
survive the strikes, yeah, go
Poland.
on.
And
Yeah.
you guys probably saw the photos of the signs that were rainbow, but
Oh yeah.
translated, they say campaign to stop religiously motivated hate.
Yeah.
Homophobia kills, you don't need to hate. And I thought this was a really awesome action.
Yeah.
I'm very curious if maybe they received any pushback about, you know,
I hope you
actually
get
hiring these
invited.
billboards.
I hope you get invited to one of their events, Susanna, to go
Oh.
speak. You need to be a speaker at one of their events. You would be great. Yeah,
Oh.
because they have the best, you know, some of the best events when it comes to conferences and collaboration between different, you know, secular and atheist groups. Like, you know, it's amazing that they managed to pull off all that administration in the country that is so religious and is so far right. So, you know, they need to be supported. Anyways,
Hey guys, if you're a fan of Blasphemy and Sexy Callie, you know, like me, then you need to be sure to subscribe to our newsletter, link in the description below. Because if you subscribe, we will send you a free copy of our Blasphemous Art ebook. And let me tell you, it is the tastiest blasphemy that you can find anywhere available today. And we are so generous with our blasphemy that we continue to send you more blasphemy every week. So make sure to subscribe, link in the description below.